The Altiplano is a plateau which extends over several hundred square kilometers at an altitude of over 3,500 meters. Everything is a bit closer to the sun up here, and when its rays hit the road, the chilly morning gives way to stifling heat. But daily life continues just as before.
We're students. I'm at university. But life is hard here because of the environment and the climate. And to be able to study, you need money. Most people here are shepherds or work the land, so it's not easy. Earlier, some of us were working in the fields, planting potatoes. We don't just have fun all day long. Later, we'll go back to the fields to watch the flocks or bring in the sheep. It depends on the family. Sometimes we do the cooking. But for now, it's break time. We're going to play some football.
There are no tourist attractions on the Altiplano, but I want to stop and watch the storms go by.
My work is raising sheep and cattle. I live off what my flocks give me, that's all. I don't get any help from the state. I'm trying to help reforestation on the mountainside. I plant trees. I do that on the mountain where I live. I'd like all my neighbors to share that responsibility, to try to improve their environment. In the village where I live, I have a little garden where I grow medicinal plants and some flowers too. Now there are different kinds of birds who come and live in the trees. That's why we have to try to improve our environment. The peasants should try to make their daily lives better instead of doing nothing. Here, people are content just to survive. They don't try to do more or take responsibility for themselves. I think the peasants should do more, so as to be able to live better.
I'm not sure there are many shepherds like this man on the Altiplano. There aren't many villages on the roadside, and cemeteries are few and far between. The people who are born here obviously prefer to die elsewhere. Most try their luck in Juliaca or Puno, the two biggest cities which lie at the end of my journey. At Puno, I finally discover Lake Titicaca, my ultimate destination. Puno is tucked into a bay, and from here it's impossible to get a clear idea of how big the lake really is. A few fishing boats are leaving the port, but the real spectacle is elsewhere.
There are some tourists, but most of them are Peruvian. It's mainly people from other regions of Peru who come here. Students on excursion always stop off here, for example.
To explore the lake, I decide to travel a bit further on to the Lechon Peninsula. This is the place to get to know the lake and the people who live on its shores. Here, as elsewhere, water has a dramatic effect on the lives of man and beast alike. Costumes become more colorful, women wear extravagant hats, and the water brings the colors of the Peruvian Altiplano alive.
This plant is called totora. We gather it on the lake and we use it for the cows and also to build small houses. When we gather the plant, we go out onto the lake in a small boat. When we pick it, it's all green. Once we've gathered it, we leave it to dry and then we use it to build houses.
The next morning at sunrise, I set off across the lake.
We're going out to gather in the nets. We gather in the nets to see if we've caught any fish. The fish are small. They're never very big here. There are many legends. Well, they are more like beliefs or traditions, like making payment to the lake. We make offerings to the lake so that everything will go well for us on the lake. So that we'll have everything we need. We have to do it so that we don't have any problems on the lake. We make offerings with whatever we have. Small things like coca leaves. We don't always have to give a lot.
Here, as elsewhere in Peru, the people rarely forget to honor the ancient Andean gods, Pachamama, the Quechua name for Mother Earth, and the Apus, the mountain spirits which protect her. Legend has it that a very long time ago, after the people failed to respect the Apus, the sun god Inti wept for 40 days. His tears created the lake, and people have sailed upon it ever since.
So far, everything's okay. It's calm. But often on other days, there are more waves and it's very choppy. But today, the lake is calm. In the rainy season, the wind is too strong. The sky is overcast and there are days when the wind is so strong, we can't take a boat onto the lake at all.
I head for the island of Tequila, which survived the flood of the sun god's tears. Between the Apus and man, there is always an intermediary, often a local person who's been struck by lightning. On Tequila, it's this man who talks to the mountains.
The whole community gets together regularly to ensure that it's a good year for agriculture and to ask for lots of rain. The ceremony is on the highest mountain on the island. which is an apu. That's where everyone gathers for the ceremony. People can come from other islands to pray with us. We do it for the land, to protect the harvest, and so that the island is free from disease, from plagues of insects, and from hailstorms which can destroy everything. It's essential to protect the island from shortages during the year. We make payment to the earth. Before, everyone used to make offerings and pray for the earth and for the lake, so that we'd have enough fish, and so that everything went well on the lake.